Hello again, and in this video we're going to go over how to use the toolbar located at the top of your document to input notes and rests and also pitches. So, to start with, we're going to take our little song, Mary had a lot of notes, which is really Mary had a little lamb with a little bit of interest, and we're going to start by using some quarter notes. So you'll select them and it'll turn a bluish gray color. If you don't see that happening, make sure over here that your simple entry tool has been selected. If something else has been selected, you're going to get other things popping up. But you want to make sure simple entry is selected and then the quarter note. So we're going to start our tune right here in the middle of the staff. Mary had now we need some eighth notes. As you're seeing, all I'm doing is finding the place on the staff, and once I find where I want to be, I tap my finger, or if you're using a mouse, you'll click there and create the note. And then I can switch back to a quarter note here. Now, say we want to use a rest. You have your rest toolbar right here. And in this case, I'm going to use a quarter rest. I'm going to put it right after where I was. Okay, anytime you ever mess up, there's an eraser right here. All you have to do is come right over with it, and it'll erase whatever note that you didn't like. But we wanted that quarter rest there, so we're going to put it back. And we're going to add interest to our tune, like I said. So I'm going to use some 16th notes to add some interest. And I'm going to go right down the line. As you can probably hear, the notes will play lightly as you select them on the staff. Now, let's go back to quarter notes. I've missed a note. Rather than use the eraser, I can use the up and down keys on my keyboard to make the note move up and down if I made a mistake and I don't want to waste time going to the eraser. And now I have another A. Okay? Now, another shortcut, if you want to put a rest somewhere at the end of a measure, and you don't want to spend the time going up to the top to select it, if it's at the end, it will automatically do that if you start the next measure. It'll fill in any gaps with rests. So, my next measure is going to have some eighth notes. And you see, it automatically put my quarter rest in there. That's just a little trick to save time. You can always use the toolbar. Now let's try a different kind of rest. An eighth rest right here. It's in the middle of the measure. I want to make sure to put it in there because I'm going to follow it by a different note than I've used so far, a half note. Okay, you might want to watch this video a couple of times if you need help learning how to navigate all the different buttons up here. Okay, now I've got the first 4 measures. I'm halfway done with my song. Let's go on. Let's add a little bit more interest to the song. You might, in your own creation, have some dotted rhythms. And you'll see right up here in the toolbar, there is what's called a dot. Select the value of the note plus the dot. And then when you come down, you'll see it looks like a dotted quarter note. Now I just need to place it, and there it pops up. Okay, usually when you have a dotted quarter, you're going to follow it by an eighth note, but you need to make sure that you unselect dot, or you'll end up with a dotted eighth note. And I can go in, and I can keep writing my tune, some more quarter notes, and you'll notice it might pop back and forth between the top line and the bottom line. It tries to space the music out neatly. Don't need to worry about that. Just keep writing. Okay, let's add more interest, some more 16th notes. Add some more. And let's try another dotted rhythm. Maybe this time a dotted eighth note. Select the eighth note, select a dot, and go right in here where you want it. And then follow it by a 16th note. Unselect the dot. And there it is. And let's follow it by a half note. And then we're almost done here. Let's add some quarter notes. Oh, I selected half note. There we go. Quarter note. There we go. And I'm going to go high for one note. And end on a nice, solid whole note. So hopefully with this video you've seen how to add different notes, note values, breaths, and also how to change your pitches. Again, you can use that up and down key on your keyboard to change pitch as well.